All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're exploring a core financial principle that can literally transform your wealth trajectory over time. If you've ever felt like getting ahead financially is just this endless uphill battle, well, you're going to want to pay close attention to the math we unpack today. We're looking at a concept that completely takes the ceiling off your earning potential. Honestly, think of what we discussed today as your personal blueprint for hiring your very own financial workforce. So, let me ask you something. Would you rather work hard for your money or have your money working hard for you? Sounds like a total trick question, right? Obviously, we all want our money doing the heavy lifting, but how exactly do you make that happen? Think of every dollar you have right now as an individual employee. You want those employees out there working tirelessly to recruit even more employees. Well, compound interest gives you that exact power. It's this incredible invisible engine that turns small, consistent actions into massive financial leverage over time. Section 1. The ultimate financial choice. Okay, before we can fully appreciate the crazy power of compound interest, we kind of need to understand its much simpler sibling. Because you can't truly grasp how money multiplies until you see how it behaves in a basic setup. So simple interest is exactly what it sounds like. It's the interest you earn on just your initial principal amount. Imagine you invest $1,000 and you earn a 5% simple interest rate for 5 years. In year 1, your money goes to work and earns $50, which is exactly 5% of your $1,000 principal. Year 2, you earn another $50. And every year after that, yep, you guessed it, you keep earning exactly $50. Simple interest is completely constant. It never accelerates. Now, contrast that with compound interest. This is a whole different ballgame. This is interest earned on your principal plus your previously accumulated interest. Just like the name implies, it's the idea of earning interest on interest. Taking that same $1,000, imagine placing it in an account that compounds annually with that exact same 5% rate. In year 1, your interest is still $50. But here is where the magic kicks in. Assuming you keep your earnings inside that account, your dollar interest actually increases every single year simply because your workforce just got bigger. Section 2. Simple versus compound interest. Put these two concepts in a head-to-head matchup, and the diverging paths become incredibly clear. This is where you really get to witness the mechanics of wealth building. On one hand, with simple interest, you're earning a flat $50 a year, year after year. It's safe, it's predictable, but ultimately, it's stagnant. Your financial workforce isn't growing at all. They're just doing the exact same task for the exact same pay forever. But on the other hand, with compound interest, you're earning 5% on a perpetually increasing amount of money. Because you're adding your interest to your principal each year, the baseline you calculate that 5% from gets bigger and bigger. You're literally paying your money to go out and make more money, and then hiring those brand new earnings to do the exact same thing. Just track the growth of compound interest over the first 3 years. Year 1 starts at a solid $50. But in year 2, the momentum shifts and you earn $52.50. By year 3, you're up to $55.13. The total amount you're making is growing, accelerating upward in the stair-step fashion, and you haven't even added a single extra penny of your own money to that original principal. The compounding effect is completely taking over, building a foundation that just gets wider and stronger with every passing cycle. Every cent of interest from last year is now actively generating next year's returns. And if we stretch this timeline out to 5 years and compare the two strategies side by side, the compound interest account yields an additional $26.28 compared to the simple interest route. That means you earned 10.5% more over the exact same time frame using the exact same initial $1,000 investment. And honestly, the best part, you achieve this extra growth without lifting a single finger. It happens totally automatically in the background. Section 3. The magic of reinvesting. So we know the math works, but what's the actual behavior triggering this growth? What's the secret sauce? The answer is reinvesting. Compound interest only works when you reinvest your interest earnings to make more money. If you take that $50 out at the end of year 1 and spend it, you completely break the cycle. You're essentially firing your newest employees. But as long as you continue to reinvest those earnings, your passive income is going to exponentially grow. It's really all about getting out of your own way and letting your money build its own momentum. Section 4. Saving versus investing. Beyond just calculating the growth of funds in a basic savings account, we can actually use compound interest to estimate the long-term growth of a stock portfolio. Imagine what we'll call the SAFE strategy. You decide to carefully set aside the equivalent of just $1 a day. That comes out to $365 per year. Let's say you take that physical cash and lock it in a safe in your house. After 1 year, you'd have $365. After 2 years, you'd have $730. After 3 years, you're sitting at $995. It's a very linear, slow, highly predictable path. Now, building a saving habit is absolutely crucial, but true wealth just cannot be achieved without the exponential benefit of compound interest. But what if, instead of a cold, physical safe, you regularly invested that money in something with a higher rate of return, like the broader stock market? To give us a reliable historical benchmark, let's look at the S&P 500, which tracks the performance of 500 of the largest companies listed on U.S. stock exchanges. Dating all the way back to the 19th century, the historical average annual return of the S&P 500 is about 10%. Now sure, any single year can fluctuate wildly, but that long-term average, it provides an absolute powerhouse of an engine for those financial employees we talked about earlier. Tracking that exact same $365 annual commitment into an index fund paints a totally different picture. Instead of gathering dust, your money is participating in the growth of major companies. After 1 year, your investment could be worth $396. After 2 years, it jumps to $832. By year 3, you're looking at $1,311. You can already see this massive, widening divergence from the physical safe strategy, and we are only 36 months into the journey. The compounding effect is barely even stretching its legs here. Section 5. Your wealth trajectory. Okay, now we're going to fast forward 40 years to see where the exponential nature of compounding really shows its teeth. The true power of this math strictly requires time to mature. If you stuck with the physical safe strategy, saving exactly $1 a day every single day for 4 decades, you'd eventually save a grand total of $14,600. I mean, not bad for $1 a day, but after 40 years of intense discipline, it's not exactly life-changing wealth, is it? It barely even keeps up with a modest emergency fund. But compare that to the compound interest strategy. If you annually invested that same small amount into an index fund over those identical 40 years, starting early and letting time do the heavy lifting, your shares could potentially be worth a staggering $177,710. That is a truly massive, life-altering increase compared to just letting your money sit idly in a safe. It perfectly illustrates why starting as early as possible is hands down the single greatest advantage you have in investing. The more time your financial workers have to multiply, the more explosive the final result becomes. And remember, as you inevitably increase your investments well beyond just $1 a day as your career grows, the future value of your portfolio scales upward just as exponentially. So, bringing it all together, why does this matter to you right now? What are the real-world implications of understanding this math? Well, while this strategy absolutely requires genuine patience and a long-term outlook, compound interest is arguably the most reliable way to secure your lifestyle and achieve ultimate peace of mind. It drastically amplifies your wealth trajectory far beyond what you could ever save just through sheer willpower and a paycheck. It builds a robust safety net to prepare for future financial needs, whether that's a comfortable retirement, unforeseen medical emergencies, or large purchases, vastly improving your general lifestyle by providing true, unshakable financial security. I want to leave you with one final thought today. Will you leave your money idle, or will you let compound interest amplify your future? You now understand the math, and you've seen the actual mechanics in action. Every dollar you currently hold is a highly capable worker that could be out there earning even more dollars for you right now. The choice of whether to lock them away in a vault or put them to work building your future is entirely yours. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this sparks a brand new perspective on your financial journey.